Xingyi Quan, through the efforts of 2 generations, formed into a complete martial arts system. However, its emergence coincided with one of the most turbulent periods in Chinese history. As a product of the cold weapon era, how could it shine in the gunfire-ridden New Republic? What, then, was Xingyi Quan's method to survive? Available to order from the Mushin Martial Culture website is Liang Style Baguazhang Volume 1, Foundational Practices. Written by renowned 4th generation master Di Guoyong, this guide explores the foundational practices of Baguazhang. Within this volume, you will find historical aspects pertaining to the origins of Baguazhang, the development of the Liang style and the life of its founder, Liang Zhenpu, while tracing the art's evolution through successive generations. Master Di Guoyong also shares insights from his training under the legendary Li Ziming, offering a rare first-hand view into the Liang lineage. Volume 1 focuses on the foundational core practices of the Liang-style Baguazhang system. Essential techniques are explained clearly, building a solid base for both beginners and experienced practitioners. Key practices for mastering the Liang system are included, along with an in-depth study of the 8 fixed posture palms. Making use of modern technology and classical teaching, instructions are supported by detailed illustrations, photography, and video references to help readers grasp each movement confidently. Translated, co-authored, and edited by Byron Jacobs, a 5th generation practitioner, this book delivers traditional knowledge in a modern, accessible format. Whether refining your skills, exploring Bagua's roots, or deepening your martial understanding, this volume is an essential resource for serious Chinese martial arts practitioners. Order yours today from mushinmartialculture.com. In 1914, Master Che Yizhai passed away. Li Cunyi went to Taigu, Shan Xi, for the 3rd time to pay respects and presented a mourning couplet. In the past, you brought glory to our name. Your defeat of the Japanese is recorded in history. Today, Xingyi shines brilliantly. Your great achievements endure forever.
伤害他来了以后，催在不催的，所以他也在敌人的利益，他在外上在利益内去积淀了。反正中川队在外上失败的一次在外上，最后一次在外上经一吧，因为在黑壁岗外场在泰国，他肯定是交通外上可以不是在外上挺便利的，也不可能在累的，人事业外上也高的呀。所以在两周的时候，他当时搞在泰国的土木这些上最大的这研究。
Under the consensus of the 2nd generation inheritors, Li Cunyi, Li Fuzhen, Bu Xuequan, Song Tielin, Liu Jian, etc., they finalized the 10 characters of Hua, Bang, Wei, Wu, Shang, She, Hui, Tong, Qiang, and Ning as the generational titles for inheritors, which can be used as a true record into posterity. Through the efforts of Li Cunyi and others, Xingyi Quan entered the Chinese warrior society and was spread far and wide. Hao and Guang even represented the association and traveled to Japan, marking the first time Xingyi Quan was seen abroad. In fact, in a period of only 10 years, Xingyi Quan was fully established in 1903. They hadn't yet realized that this emerging martial art was slowly losing the environment it relied upon.
我相信到了民国时候，这个泰国这地方也不怎么练武术了，也不是人人都去练武术了，就他的这个生活方式发生变化了。因为从山西，甚至从湖北、从福建，经山西到内蒙到俄罗斯，这是一条商道。但是这条商道到了后来同光之后，它不起作用了，所以它就衰落了，它就通过别的渠道了。而且后来有了火车，这些东西它就慢慢的就衰落。
If trains and Western technology negatively impacted martial arts gradually and subtly, then the Boxer Rebellion of 1900 shattered any remaining positive illusions the Chinese had about martial arts. The boxers claimed to have divine fists, impervious to blades and bullets, but they fell to foreign firearms and cannons. In this chaos, even great masters like Xingyi had to flee and seek refuge in Shan Xi. Martial arts fell from the pedestal of reverence, and the immediate concern became its survival. Late Qing martial arts flourished in large part due to the success of security escort agencies. Bandits and escorts both relied on martial skill to eat. They were the main figures of this underworld, and the martial world and the criminal underworld were like fish and water, interdependent and inseparable. But by the late Qing and early Republic, merchants and bandits alike turned to firearms. Escort agencies became irrelevant, and martial artists lost a legitimate means of livelihood.
比如我刚才说，我们老家山东，家家练武术，因为他这个练武术吧，跟他的求生有关系。那你到了民国以后，有多少人靠练武术求生？就没有了，是吧？就跟这个以前有科举，那每个的读书人都得读四书五经，他跟你这个就是说一个人的这种事业的发展啊，一般人普通人的这样一种求生的这样一种能力是相关的啊。之所以那时候家家练武术，也是因为你没有这个功夫，你在这个世道上没法混。那么后来就不需要这个了，所以我相信那个时候就已经不是家家人人都练武术了，就开始有别的生活出路了。他得往别的地方使劲儿了。
Available now from the MushinMartialCulture.com online store is retro-themed Shaolin Temple and Shaolin Monk apparel, featuring images of the temple and famous mural images of the fighting monks, all rendered in pixel art style. With 2 funky t-shirt designs to choose from, get yours today. Worldwide shipping available. Order today from MushinMartialCulture.com. Lao She's short story titled Duan Wenqiang, which was published in 1935, vividly captured this awkward situation faced by martial arts. The protagonist, Sha Zilong, turned his caravan escort agency into a guest house while his disciples performed for money. This is symbolically significant. In the past, he traveled to the northwest with his 5 Tigers Duanwen spear and was undefeated for over 20 years. But now, he no longer carried that heroic spirit. Until one day, an old man came and challenged him, shattering his peace. Yet, no matter how provocatively the old man acted or how his disciples tried to incite him, Sha Zilong refused to act. He solemnly declared that the 5 Tigers Duanwen spear method would die and be buried with him.
他这个老人，他就是因为他在意他这个东西，他希望这个东西能够传承下来。可是呢，他又担心他教的这个人不是他希望看到的那个，所以他对这个徒弟啊，他是会很在意选择的。比如说带有一个仪式性的哈，他传给你一个衣钵，从佛教来讲，他也会考察你，是吧？当然武术他不是简单的给你一个衣钵，给你一个秘籍就完事儿了，不能像金庸小说里所讲的那样，它是一个长期的这个就是你训练的这个过程。而且呢，练武术的人啊，其实特别讲这个道德的，甚至有点泛道德化。你稍微有一点这个，就是说在他们看来哈，是失德的这种行为，他都是不能容忍的。所以一般的徒弟在外边惹了事儿，挨揍的都先是这徒弟，就是在他们这个群体里边，他们有自己的这样一种道德的标准。所以我就说，他看到这样一个民国时期，说老实话，也是一个礼崩乐坏的时期，我留下来也可能是个祸害，所以他心情是矛盾的。 他既为他自己的功夫可惜，同时呢，他又不能轻易的把这东西拿出来纠结。
Sha Zilong's words and actions was a representation of the common confusion among martial artists at the time. Martial arts no longer had an environment to be used, so what was the point of preserving it?
再一个就是说，邮政的发展、交通的发展，走镖的人没有人走镖了，你想想是吧？他们就觉得原来自己很牛，那现在你就什么都不是了，你想没有用了，就这种落差对他们来讲也是一个很难接受的一个事实。
After entering the Republican era, those who made a living through martial arts not only experienced a loss of social status, but a more pressing issue was that their livelihood was no longer secure.
就是他也处在这种社会大转型的这样一个时期，就是每一次这样社会转型，肯定会有一波人被甩出去，甩出去这波人，就是每次都是为这个转型做出牺牲的这样一些人，特别是在从中国近现代是3000年未有之大变局。我们说他们前面的是前工业社会，我们进入工业社会。从一个君主专制进入一个民国，你想这个大的这种转变，包括这个科学技术的进步，也在这个时候是发展最快的一个时期。那么你想想，就对他们一个具体的这个武术家来讲，那种影响可能是非常切实的。
At the end of the novel, Sha Zilong chose a quiet night when few people were around, and in the blink of an eye executed all 64 spear techniques, recalling the days when he galloped through the martial world of the Northwest. He slowly ran his fingers along the cold spear shaft. With a smile on his face, he resolutely said 4 words, "Not passing it on." That concludes this episode of the Secrets of Xingyi Quan series. If you enjoy this series, please hit that like button, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to support us in all our endeavors, you may do so through our Patreon, which is at patreon.com/Mushin Martial Culture. You may also find our online learning program, the Huajin Online Learning Program, at patreon.com. Another way to support us is through purchasing some of our merchandise. We have various Xingyi Quan related posters, apparel, and training equipment, as well as our book available through our store at mushinmartialculture.com. Most recently, we have included new posters of Xingyi Quan predecessors such as Li Cunyi and Shang Yunxiang, as well as the famed Xingyi Quan Gathering poster, fully restored, featuring Guo Yunshen and Che Yizhai. These may be ordered directly through our online store, which is found at mushinmartialculture.com.